where the future looks so very bright.
Well, thank you for that. That's I think sort of the job of the songwriter, and sometimes it comes easier than others, but is to have to bear that emotion. Do you find that you can get taken to that place you need to go to sing that song, no matter what else has happened, however crazy a day it is? Do you ever feel like I can't sing that song today, or can you pretty much will it always take you to that special place?
Yeah, it's been 17 years, and I would still, it gives me chills often when I sing it. There are times where I can be on stage singing that song, and I don't notice the people out there. I'm just in my head singing it.
Mm. Yeah.
So, it's not hard to get there.
Yeah. And it's tapping into those emotions is all about what songwriting is, and it can be very tricky to share that, particularly with another performer. Now, Eric, you had mentioned that you kind of back off on that song quite a bit and just add a little color here and there. What did you think of that song when you had heard it?
When I very first heard it, that was a long time ago. You can feel the emotion from him every time he sings it, along with the song that he also wrote a couple of years ago for the same person. I just feel like he does it so much justice, and I just don't want to overtake it. I want it to be his song because he feels those emotions, and I don't, because I didn't know Adam. So, so I just like to. That's not the only song that I do that with. It's a lot of songs that I like to just keep it really mellow.
Yeah. Now, do you write as well?
Not yet.
No.
I just started playing guitar probably 6 months ago or so now. I'm in the midst of writing my first song, but it's certainly not even close to finished.
Well, all of a sudden they might open the floodgates, and you'll be churning them out left and right. You never know. And then, because I know that, like Eric, I'm sorry, Chris, not Eric. So it's Eric and Chrissa. No, sorry. But Chris, you had mentioned, sometimes I've gone a while without writing a song.
Absolutely.
Once in a while, I'll get a little neurotic about that. That have I written my last song? Do you ever worry about that? That I want this to come, and will it come? Why won't it? Where is it?
I don't think I put much thought into it. I mean, maybe over the years, at times I have, and at times I don't. But I think definitely over the last 40 years, I've changed a lot, and my style's changed a lot, and sometimes taking that break is a good thing. So I don't really worry about it, because I feel like something's going to change, and my guitar style or my singing style or something else will change with it. Like, I have a friend who I've been friends with since I was probably 11 years old, and he definitely the entire time I've been playing guitar, and he can tell you what decade I wrote something in and what period it was and who I was dating just by listening to my songs and the style of what they are. He can tell me when I did it.
Yeah. Now, you'd mentioned actually about learning a lot of songs, covers, to fill out a show. What have you kind of learned about songwriting and found that you gravitate towards in what you like in a song from what you've been covering?
Boy. Well, I think this is where it comes in handy that her and I are from completely different generations, because when we are playing songs, she has a totally different style of what she likes than I do, and I tend to latch on to a lot of the old 80s hair band songs, and as much as we're not doing them the same way, I'm doing a Bon Jovi song now, we do 2 Poison songs, We do a Skid Row song. In fact, when we opened up for Jamie Lee Thurston at Higher Ground, we opened with a Skid Row song, and it was completely not out of place. You know, like somebody had come up to me at a Franny O show, and he said, "I love what you did with that Skid Row song." He goes, "I can't believe you turned it into a country song, and it was so amazing." And I was torn with that because I had not yet to come to terms with the fact that people look at us and see a lot of country influence, and I'm a hairband kid, you know, like I'm horrified by that. But at the same time, it's a really nice compliment. But then I'm like, wait a minute, really? Is it a country song? Did I really do that? So I think that her influences and my influences are so different that it comes together, and it gives us a lot of variety, because I mean we're singing anything from 60s rock and roll and southern rock right on up to, we just learned a Justin Bieber song, as horrifying as that is to say. We are now doing a Justin Bieber song, and it's a brand new song. But I think the two of us flow together, right? And it flows into what we want to do. I don't think we ever even try to sound like what it was. Like, we rearrange them sometimes. We're doing it to fit us, and people seem to like what we do with it. And then that is something I've learned in the last 8 months, is that we can sing it whatever way we want to, and the crowd doesn't seem to care. I always felt like if you're going to do a cover song, you needed to do a cover song and not mess it all up. But now I've totally realized that people really oftentimes prefer the way we're doing it compared to the way they've heard it for 20 years now. It's time to do it something a little different.
Yeah.
And you know, so I don't hash them up real bad, but you know, we bring something different to it.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a neat way to approach it, because you can say, well, you know, here they were recording this song, you know, whatever, 20 years ago, with state-of-the-art equipment, great producer, a million takes, mastering and that type of thing, and sometimes you can feel like I have to do it that same way, and it's like, why? You know, first of all, you're really going to, you know, that's not going to be your strength. I mean, you're not going to be able to duplicate what they did with, you know, 164 tracks, that type of thing. So maybe you need to sort of discover an aspect of that song that resonates with you a little more, rather than just spitting it out, you know, the way somebody wants to hear it, as if you were a DJ.
Right.
Exactly. So that's what I think the point of covers are, really, is to kind of make it your own.
Yeah. Now, when you talked about, you know, doing a lot of karaoke and stuff like that, what kinds of songs attract you to sing? What are the funnest songs to sing?
If I'm just singing and we're not going out and playing and entertaining, it's a totally different thing. So I like to do like big vocal songs, because if I'm just going to go up there and sing one song, then I'm going to do it right. So usually I'll go up and do something like Home Sweet Home by Motley Crue, or, you know, a Grace Potter tune or something like that has a lot of oomph. Because, yeah, I don't know. Just
No, that's what, you know.
give it all I got.
It is funny. When we go back and do karaoke, it's kind of most of the time rolling right back into the same stuff we were doing a couple of years ago. Because, I mean, for one thing, if we're doing cover songs in our shows, we've done them so many times, maybe we want to go sing something different again.
Yeah.
Plus, we've changed the keys to almost everything. So when you get into karaoke, it just gets confusing trying to get them to change the key to everything. So we go back into the old stuff, and like she said, we like to sing really big songs that you can do when you're not concentrating on putting on a show. And if you blow your voice on that really big song, well, you can go home after. It doesn't matter. You don't have to sing for another hour.
Yeah, that's right.
You go out, like I'll do I'll Be, which is a song I have yet to figure out on guitar. And it's got huge notes in it, and I love going out and doing it. If I'm feeling good, I can go belt that song out, and it's fun. And it burns a ton of energy, and people seem to like to hear it. And you know, like I said, if I do blow my voice out pulling it off, it's no big deal. I'll walk off stage, I won't be able to talk for a little while, and then I'll go home and be fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, you guys have really been hitting it hard, getting being very very busy, which is kind of neat. And you're talking about going, different places, that type of thing. You have the Maple Fest coming up. You have a show there, a bunch of other shows. What any plans to record in the future?
We definitely started talking about that. I think that it's time that we start looking into putting some money together to do that. I mean, people ask us all the time if we have something to sell, and we don't. So, but it's definitely something that needs to happen. Somebody said to me just last week, when you have enough songs, you really should just start recording. And I went, I've had enough songs for 10 years. They're there. And really think about it, I could put together 10 songs that I feel like are fairly good songs and feel like that I put together a decent album. So it would be nice for us to be able to do that.
I think that's what's holding us back really at the moment is, the lack of originals that we do together, or that, I sing lead on as well. There's really only, I do lead on one, and then we have one that's a duet, and the other ones that I just do backup. I think that's the biggest thing that's holding us back right now is that we don't have originals together, or I don't have originals as well as he does.
In our show, we keep it pretty 50-50, and that's easy to do with cover songs, but the reality is it's rare that she even does an original song in our shows. Every once in a while she'll do I Can't Resist You. But my sets are becoming more and more covers, but for the longest time, like, I could match an hour with her just singing original songs. And there was a point I had close to 2 hours. Well, I did a 2-hour show, a benefit show, and she sang 3 songs with me during that 2-hour show, and I would venture a guess that 90% of the rest of the show was nothing but originals. It was probably an hour and a half's worth of originals just in that show.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, we're basically going to hear a last song here before you guys take off. Now, this song is "I'm Sorry." Can you tell me a little bit about how old it is and kind of a little bit of background on it?
I'm Sorry is kind of the opposite end of a relationship from I Can't Resist You. That was when it was all good and everything was great, and I'm Sorry is actually a song I wrote after my marriage was completely over, and things were tough. We had a really tough go of it, and I just couldn't be there anymore. And I'll tell you, I never thought that I'd walk away from a relationship in my life, but I walked away from that one, and it took me about 6 weeks before I'm Sorry decided to come out. And when it did, it's another one that jumped right off the page. I mean, it was just, it was there like it was written before I started that day. And I started singing it at open mics, and it's probably about 4.5 years ago now that I wrote it. I started singing at open mics, and that was the first time I ever noticed, within a couple of weeks of me performing it, I saw somebody who's now a friend of mine singing it in the crowd. And I was like, I'd never seen anybody do that before. So it's the first song I ever wrote that seemed to, people seem to feel it, and they bounce with it, and they, as much as it's not cut the best subject, I think people, they really feel the energy of the song, and the song is really, you know what, I love you, but I can't take your life anymore, and it's your life. It's never about you and me, it's your life, and I just can't live it anymore. And so I'm sorry. I can't stay.
All right. So let's hear I'm Sorry.
Just a little frustrating when you know you got something to say. Just a little bit disappointed when the words don't come your way. Well, life no more. I'm sorry, but I can't stay. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, but I can't stay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Spend my nights alone, wondering where you are. Are you coming home, baby? Well, this time have you gone too far? Well, I've been taking my time trying to figure out the reason why. Well, I'm still here when I'm out, but all I wanna do is cry. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Baby, I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah. Baby, I'm sorry. Sorry, but I can't stay. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, but I can't stay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Baby, when you find yourself alone, don't think of coming home. Baby, when you're reaching for your phone, don't think of me at all. Baby, when you find yourself alone, remember that you want it all. Yeah, you want it all. Baby, I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah. Baby, I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, you can even talk to me, so put the damn bottle down. It ain't the way it's supposed to be, and I can't see sticking around. There ain't nothing left for me, and I ain't got no more to say. So there's never you and me, and you're gonna realize someday. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Baby, I'm sorry. Yeah, baby, I'm sorry. Sorry, but I can't stay. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, but I can't stay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Baby, when you find yourself alone, don't think of coming home. Baby, when you're reaching for your phone, don't think of me at all. Baby, when you find yourself alone, remember that you want it all. Yeah, you want it all. Baby, I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah. Baby, I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry, but I can't stay. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, but I can't stay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, well, Chris and Erica, I want to thank you very much. Chris Parker, Erica May Kuchar. You guys have big things coming. We'll look for you on social media. I know you have a Facebook page, and
Yep,
keep track of what your next gigs are, and see how far you're going to be traveling pretty soon. Hopefully,
Hopefully.
you make some good good inroads all over the country.
We're sure going to try, man. Thank you for
Hope
having
so.
us
All right.
on.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Chris and Erica, thanks very much. Thank you for joining us on Measure for Measure. We'll see you next time. Thank you.